What's up, what's up, what's up? Let's go, TikTok. Send me people. Hey, MacBean3. Welcome to the live. We're going to be making some coin rings today. First thing we're going to work on is this 1987 quarter. Going to be making that into a ring for one of my customers. Before we get started, I'm just going to let a couple more people trickle in here. And I want to let you guys know that everything on my website store is 15% off today for President's Day. So if at any time during this live you feel like you want to go check out my store, you can tap my logo up here in the link in my profile or the gold chain at the bottom of the screen. I did just add some new half-ounce ring designs that are pure silver half-ounce rounds. And if you want to check those out, you'll need to go through the link in my profile. And I'll probably show those off a little bit more once we finish this ring. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. We've got about 250 people in here so far. If you guys wouldn't mind tapping the screen a little bit, it sure does help bring some more people in here. And I just love sharing my jewelry making with as much people as I can. So if you feel like sharing the live, that's cool too. If you want to comment something, go ahead and comment ring down here. And once I see like 3 or 4 rings pop up, we'll get started. There's 1, 2. Three. Can I get 4? 4 from Lady T. Thank you very much. What's my favorite ring to make? I really like American Eagles. I don't sell very many of them, but these are my favorite. They're big old chunks of silver, chalk loaded with detail. I just love these rings. These are my favorite. But I actually just recently added a new half-ounce that is an imitation eagle. So that looks like this. And it's got all the same detail on there, but it's only a 1/4 ounce. And I really like this ring. I like this ring so much I wear it. So I had to take this off my hand to show you. But there are a lot of really cool new silver rounds I just added to the website, which you can find by tapping my logo up here and the link on my profile. Howdy, brother. It's Bulletproof Dad. This is my backup account. What's up, man? So we're about to get started on this 1987. So we got more than 4 rings in the comments. I do appreciate you guys. We're at 200, almost 300 likes, and I haven't even started yet. So that's pretty sweet. Unfortunately, I have some fake silver dollars I bought about 10 years ago. Oh, that's a shame. You love watching me work? Well, I love working. So that's a good deal right there, I'd say. Get my phone set up here. There we go. We're just gonna pop this in here. Have I ever made a ring out of a toonie? No, I only work on US currency and rounds. There we go. Yeah, I know a guy who got burned on a Carson City Morgan. He ended up getting a counterfeit Carson City. And dude, that was a heavy loss for him. Here's our little center punch. There's an option to get these as keychains with your ring on my website. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. I also make them into like little pins that you can put on your shirt or your hat. I'm just gonna pop this punch out of here. Boom, 500 likes. That's awesome. And if you look at the center here from where that punch was, you can actually see it raised up on this side right there. You see that? Real rough, sharp. So we're going to take what's called a deburring tool and clean that up and make it nice and smooth. Do I have a silver 1938 half dollar? I think I have a quarter from 38. The 30s are really tricky to get a hold of for me. Like 50s, 40s, 60s I've got pretty well stocked, but the 30s I don't have a whole lot of. Yeah, I got 770 likes. Heck yeah. So the best thing to do is to just go to the website and see what's in stock. You probably want the Walking Liberty half dollar, and then just see if I have a 38, but I'm not sure. I've got a bunch of like 41s, 42s, 44s. The 30s are pretty thin. That's pretty far back, man. They aren't making any new 30s for about 7.5 years. They aren't making any new 30s, that's for sure. New 30s. He's talking about something made in 1938. Like, this is the year it was made. He wants a 1938 half dollar. I don't think I have one. I could probably get one for you. I don't know why I didn't even say that. I could probably track one down for you. So let's see. Where are you? I'm gonna follow you. And if you want to message me, just send me a quick message. Follow me back. Send me a quick message that you're looking for a 38 half dollar. And I could track one down and get you one. I just don't have any on hand. So that'll add about a week to get it made. But I could do it. Should be nice and smooth in there now. If you stuck around from earlier, that's a major difference, right? Nice and smooth. And now we're gonna fold it. Now, if you guys are new here, you've never seen me before, I'll do a brief introduction. I'm Coin Ring Maker. I take coins like this and make them into rings. Currently, I'm having a President's Day sale. Everything on my website is 15% off. So if you want to check that out, there should be a little gold chain at the bottom of the screen here. That'll show you a majority of my products, but there are some newer ones. And if you want to see everything, you'll need to go through my profile. So that'll be this logo up here, and then just the link in my profile, or the website buycoinrings.com. And I just added, like literally before I got on this live, I just added 4 new half-ounce silver round designs. And I'd really like to make some of them, but I make everything to order. So y'all go check those out. They'll be 15% off, just like everything else. And if you get one, you'll be getting the first one. So that should be pretty cool. But yeah, we're just gonna fold this into kind of a cone shape here. That's gonna get us about halfway to a ring. Then I'm gonna sand this cut edge and make it nice and smooth, because the next step is to stretch this lower part so it's pretty much even with this upper part. And when you do that, it puts a lot of stress on this area right here. So the smoother this is, the less likely it will snap. So we'll take a good look at it before. And what I use is just like a nail file block. This used to be different colors, now it's all dirty, but it's just a nail file block. And I use that because it's easy to hold. Like sandpaper gets tore up really easy, and it also has different roughnesses on it. So it's pretty useful, and they're rather cheap. You girls are onto something. I think if they sold these in the like where the rest of the sandpaper was, they'd be pretty popular because they're super useful. The ones we have are really rough. This actually like allows you to shine stuff. It's pretty good. That's a lot better. Now we're gonna take a ring over here to the ring stretcher. Now, if you've never seen one of these before, I'm gonna explain how it works real quick. When I raise this handle up, a kind of cone-shaped spike pushes upward. You can see it poking out right here. You see that thing? When that goes up, these push outward. So when we put our ring on here, it will slowly push outward in all directions, and that stretches the ring out. And this one's going to be a 10.5, so we're going to want to stretch it to about 11.5, and I like to go over one size so that we can straighten the walls up and get a nice shape on it. Size we're at. It's a little past 11.5, that's good. And we'll take it back to this is a 1-ton arbor press. And this is called a reduction die. So this is kind of cone shaped in here, and it reduces at a 17-degree angle. That's really good for making rings a little smaller. So this ring stretcher actually has a reduction die on it, but it's just, the angle of it's kind of weird. It's kind of ball shaped, so it gets more drastic at the bottom, whereas this is pretty consistent all the way through. Makes it much easier to get a straight wall. I'll really zoom in here. Can I make a ring out of a nickel? I haven't messed with nickels too much. Honestly, I've never tried. I don't want to. Like, they're really thick and small. So it just seems like a lot of trouble. And there's not, like, a lot of good design on a nickel. I think nickels are kind of boring. I probably could. Like, with how many rings I've made, I definitely could do it. But I haven't yet. I just think they're ugly. Thanks, man. Well, if any of you have never seen me before, I'm Coin Ring Maker. I make coins into rings, and I'm currently having a President's Day sale on my website, which you can find on my profile by tapping this logo right here. Everything in the store is 15% off until midnight. So if you want to get yourself some handmade coin jewelry, today's a good day to do it. Go check it out. Getting really close to a 10.5. Yeah, I don't mess with like any international currency, anything outside of the U.S. I only work on U.S. currency because I know legally I can. If y'all have ever seen like a penny smashing machine at a museum or a theme park, this is very similar legally to that. But yes, other countries do have laws against doing what I'm doing. But it's legal to do with U.S. currency. The first tools I got, which are basically like caveman tools, were about $200. I've been doing this for about 2.5 years. And I probably spent a couple $1,000s on tools, but I've got like a whole kind of coin ring specialized workshop. So I've gone a little deeper than the average coin ring maker. I do have a recommended tool list. That will be on my website, coinringmaker.com, like right at the top. Man, this does not want to focus. Come on. There we go. 1987 quarter. What's the price of the ring machine? So this is a 1-ton arbor press. You can get these for about $45 at a hardware store. Maybe a little bit more, maybe like $60. The problem with these is ordering them online because they're super heavy, so shipping can be really expensive. So I suggest getting these in person. This is called a ring stretcher. This was like $100. This is kind of a cheaper Chinese ring stretcher. And then there's one I have over here. This is a jewelry brand called Pepe Tools. And this one's very fancy. This one's like $600, $700. But when I first started making rings, I didn't even have this thing. Like, I would literally use a hammer and like shape them on my ring mandrel. So there's like a cheap but super difficult way to do this. And then there's like a mid-range, like not super annoying way to do it. And then there's tools that are just super specialized, that can cost quite a pretty penny. And then you start getting into like actual jewelry making tools, which can be pretty expensive as well. So what I'm doing right now is I've got some really fine steel wool. This is like 4-0 steel wool, like the finest you can get. It's so fine it doesn't even scratch metal, but it's really good at getting like any leftover gunk, and it brings a nice shine to the ring. So I'm just buffing off any kind of dirt or oil and bringing some shine back to it. And if anybody would like to order a ring and see it get made on this live, you can tap my logo up here and the link in my profile. This is the last order I have, so I just wanted to hop on here and make it. But if anybody wants to see a ring get made, you can order one and I will make it for you. I have lots of options. And everything's 15% off for President's Day. So that's a pretty good deal. This is a jewelry polishing cloth. I just get these at Walmart. They're in like the jewelry section. They work really well for adding just that final shine onto the ring. Thank you guys for following. I do appreciate it. If you haven't followed me yet, please, consider doing it. Consider just tapping that follow button. Can you use acid to darken the ring? So there's this stuff called liver of sulfur, and that can add kind of an antique look to the rings. I think that's what they used on this ring. So you darken the whole ring and then you buff off the higher points to get shiny, so you have contrast. I don't really do that. I like super shiny rings. That's just a stylistic choice I've made. Also, liver of sulfur stinks really bad. It stains your fingers, stains your clothes. It's kind of gross to work with. So I just choose not to. But other ring makers do use that. A different kind of acid I do use is called Sparex. So this is like a Sparex water solution. And this just kind of cleans off the ring a little bit more. Do I do any Viking stuff? No, just coin rings. This I bought at Knott's Berry Farms like 15 years ago. I just really liked it. And like you can actually see like how deformed it is because I've worn it so long. It's a heck of a ring. I'm surprised I've kept it that long. But it's cool. I'd like to like imitate it someday. Well, I'm going to check and see if we've got any orders. While I take this little break, y'all go visit the website, see some of the stuff I make, check out the sale. Well, looks like we don't have any orders at the moment. So we're just gonna make some other stuff. I accidentally smashed my first wedding ring so bad it snapped. I snapped a ring today. I snapped this one on my earlier live. I was stretching it too fast. Pretty decent snap. It was a little embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. Like when you've got, 300 people watching what you're doing and you totally mess it up. It's a little embarrassing, but it doesn't happen very often. So we're gonna make something cool. This will be fun. Get a handful copper pennies. We're gonna make some cowboy hats. If y'all wouldn't mind sharing the live, I know nobody ever like when somebody shares stuff to me, like I never look at it, but it seems to help. So the first step in making these pennies into cowboy hats is to dome the center. So this is kind of a guide to help me do that. It's gonna center this ball bearing on here. I'll get it real close for you guys. I like to push it a little bit.
Are you still okay?
Yeah, I'm good. No, I'm good. So it's nice and centered here. If I kept pushing it with this top guide on here, it would start digging into it. So I take it off about halfway and then fold it some more. And I can get too tough with this and push through. So there's a point where I have to stop. There we go. Nice little pimple penny. We'll do that a couple more times. Thanks for sharing. That's what happens when you push too hard. You get this. So, this one is too low. And this one got pushed too far. So what we're going to do is we're going to anneal these pennies. This is a process of heating them up and then cooling them quickly to soften this metal up. and that's going to prevent this from happening. So this was just kind of a demo to show you guys why I do what I do. So now we're just going to play with some fire here. Don't play with fire, guys. It's dangerous. We're going to safely use fire to soften up the copper in these pennies. Back over here. Now we're going to put it on this little thing here. It's going to fold it into a hat. You got a cute little penny cowboy hat. And every order made during the President's Day weekend sale will get a free penny cowboy hat as well. So not only is everything 15% off, but you get one of these little things. They're pretty cute. I made a whole bunch of these for a friend's wedding favors. I'll get my model on here, show you guys how they look. some 2022 quarter ones too. So I need to get some pictures of these. So if you haven't seen these yet, these are pretty cool. These are the new 2022 quarters. Like entirely new design on the front and the back. They actually scooched In God We Trust over a little bit, so it fits on rings now, which is really nice. This is Maya Angelou. Pretty cool coin. Now we'll do it with the back on top. Get that a little more. But yeah, for anyone who's just joined in, 15% off everything at coinringmaker.com. Link in my profile. Make coins into all kinds of cool stuff. Right now I'm making these 2022 quarters into cowboy hats. Yeah, it took me a while to get over messing up coins. But like, I appreciate coin designs. Don't get me wrong. I just transform them. Yeah. A lot of people haven't even seen these quarters yet, and I'm out here making them into cowboy hats. Living on the edge. That grumpy fella. These come out really cool. So I'll probably be adding these to the website tomorrow. These actually aren't on the website yet because I needed to make some to take pictures of. So y'all got to see the first 2022 cowboy quarter hats get made. That's the best that coin will ever look. Nice. Pretty cool. Well, if anybody would like to see a coin ring get made, you can visit my website and order something. Everything's 15% off, and I'd be happy to make you something. I work on quarters, half dollars, dollars, American Eagles, all kinds of cool coins. It's totally legal. If you've ever seen like a penny smasher at an amusement park or in a museum, this is very similar to that, except that I make jewelry out of them. What's illegal is modifying currency fraudulently, so in order to deceive someone about a coin's value per se. And that's not what I'm doing. I'm altering the coin so that it looks like a cowboy hat or a ring, which is what I mostly work on, is coin rings. And what's going on, man? Dude, check it out. We just made some 2022 cowboy hats. I think they came out pretty cool. Yeah, I like them. I really like these sun rays. It's really neat. Tricky to get a hold of these ones. See, they're out in circulation, but I had to get them on eBay because I was impatient. I was like, can you make another one? You missed it. I only actually needed to make these two, but I do offer these in like state quarters or specific years on my website. And if you would like to see me make one for you, you can visit my website. The link is on my profile. Everything's 15% off right now. Really, I just make stuff to order. These are for product photos, so that's why I made them. But usually I make everything to order. I can't really waste coins just to show how stuff is made. And I'm sorry about that. But heck, I think I could make some penny ones. So we'll make some more penny ones. It's a very similar process. They end up looking like this. Pretty cute. Unless someone would like to order something and see it get made. That's what I really like to do here on TikTok is make coin rings for customers, like in front of them. Like not directly in front of them, but you understand, like for them. I think that's really cool. So if anybody wants to check out the store, it is linked on my profile. There should also be like a gold chain at the bottom of the screen that you can tap on. Everything's 15% off for the rest of the day. And there's lots of cool stuff there. So we're just going to anneal some pennies. And if you ever do this, make sure you get pennies 1981 or earlier so that they're copper. Because zinc pennies, if you did this to them, they would explode like molten metal, which is bad news. But what this does is it softens the copper so it's easier to fold and shape. And I just kind of look for a basic change of color on the coin. It's pretty easy to tell on pennies. Quench it in this water. And we'll just do this a couple times. Yeah, it works on copper and silver. Steel, you would need to air cool. So there's a difference between ferrous and non-ferrous metals when you're annealing them. And I only work with metal that I can quench or dip in water. Steel is a tricky beast. Yeah, silver dollars. I have quite a few Morgan and Peace dollars that I can work on. I prefer to work on my own coins just because I don't want to be liable for your property if something goes wrong. But I do have a lot to choose from. They've actually made more currency like in the past year than ever. Like in history by like at least a factor of 3. I think the problem more is like a circulation issue. Like, the coins exist, they're just not moving around how they used to because more people are shopping online than shopping in person. You have a handful you found 60 years ago in a chicken yard? That's a good find, man. That's very nice. Well, for anyone who's just joined in, it looks like we just crossed the 1,000 viewer mark. I am having a President's Day sale. I make coins into rings and cowboy hats and all sorts of cool stuff. Like, this is an example of a ring that I made. And everything's 15% off today for President's Day sale. If you'd like to see me make a ring for you on this live, tap this logo right here, click the link in my profile, order something, and I'll stop goofing around with these pennies and actually make a ring for somebody. Wheat pennies are usually worth maybe like 3 to 15 cents. Unless they're in like super really nice condition. Or like there's something drastically wrong with it, like there's a rotation error or something. I'm just drying these off real quick. Give me just a second. We've got like 1,700 people in here and I'm just drying pennies. Solid. This one's a little too rough. A little too rough. Seen too much. But yeah, 15% off at coinringmaker.com. You can tap the gold chain at the bottom of the screen to see some of the stuff I make. And we're going to try and make some cowboy hats here. I've been a little heavy-handed this evening and actually pushed through a penny earlier. Why did I burn it? It softens the copper and makes it easier to fold, which is what we're about to do. It's kind of like origami, but with coins. If you haven't given me a follow yet, please consider giving me a follow. It'd be super cool if like 1,000 people followed me out of nowhere. You're here. I can start now. Awesome. Let's go. How you doing, man? You having a good day? What am I doing right now? I am adding pimples to pennies. Got 3,600 likes on the live so far. Very nice. Yes, it is legal. Think of penny smashers like in museums. Why? We're going to make them into cowboy hats, believe it or not. every order made today on coinringmaker.com gets a free penny cowboy hat. What's the purpose? They're adorable. Do you only use... Yes, I only use copper pennies. I don't work with zinc at all. It's nasty. Do you have any I can show you? Yeah. I just made these. These are 2022 slippery buggers. So the 2022 quarter cowboy hat. Set it back there. This is a penny one. What happens if you use zinc? Zinc has a really low melting point. And, I mean, it's just kind of a nasty metal. Like, I don't like it. And it's basically zinc coated in copper, so if you heat it up with a torch, like, the zinc inside melts faster than the copper on the outside, and they'll, like, blow up. So don't do that. It's dangerous. See, I've missed 2 zinc pennies when doing this and actually accidentally heated them up, and I do not recommend it. Yeah, you gotta sort through them. You gotta check them dates. That's illegal. No. But I appreciate you looking out. But it's good, man. It's all right. Little bitty cowboy hat. Yeah, I don't even mess with 82s. I don't even like messing with 81s, honestly. Like, my cutoff is 80 most of the time. Where did I get the die from? This tool is made by the Unminted Coin Company. You can find them on Etsy, or you can just Google it, Unminted Coin Company. He makes some really cool jigs and some coin cutting, like tracing jigs as well. He makes some good stuff. No, I can work with 1 ounce rounds. I can actually do American Eagles, so I can go even bigger than 1 ounce rounds. Can't do a 2 ounce though, that's too big. That's like bracelet territory. Howdy. Ooh. Looks like we got an order, so we got a ring to make. I'm gonna finish folding these and then we'll get started on it. Actually, I'm gonna have to hop back on here. Y'all give me a follow. I'll be back on in about 5 minutes.